factor that increase growth hormone secretion is hypoglycemia. When blood glucose level drop, specialized neuron in the hypothalamus called glucose-sensing neurons are activated, triggering the release of growth hormone-releasing hormone, which travels to the pituitary gland and then stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete growth hormone. Function of growth hormone in hypoglycemia is help to raise blood sugar level by promoting the glycogenolysis, that is the breakdown of stored glycogen in liver. Growth hormone promote gluconeogenesis, the production of new glucose from non-carbohydrate source, and by promoting lipolysis, the breakdown of fat, which release free fatty acids that can be used as an alternative fuel source. Strenuous exercise is a potent physiological stimulus for growth hormone secretion. The accumulation of metabolic byproducts during exercise such as lactic acid and proton can stimulate chemoreceptors that send signal to the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, leading to growth hormone release. Exercise-induced growth hormone can contribute to muscle protein synthesis and repair, fat metabolism, and potentially contribute to fat loss, bone growth, and maintenance. Non-rapid eye movement sleep, particularly the slow wave sleep phase, is associated with a significant increase in growth hormone secretion, primarily due to hypothalamic neurohormone and growth hormone releasing hormone, which send signal to the pituitary gland, leading to release of growth hormone. While rapid eye movement sleep is associated with functions like memory consolidation and muscle repair, it is not the primary driver of growth hormone secretion. Hypoglycemia increases the secretion of glucagon from pancreatic alpha cells by decreasing the intracellular adenosine triphosphate level, causing potassium channel to close, leading to cell membrane depolarization, and ultimately opening calcium channels that increase intracellular calcium, which then trigger glucagon release. Glucagon then acts on liver to increase glucose production. Through glycogenolysis, the breakdown of stored glycogen, gluconeogenesis producing glucose from non-carbohydrate source, and promote lipolysis. Insulin-induced hypoglycemia increase gastrin secretion. Vagal nerve, a branch of parasympathetic nervous system which innervate the stomach. The vagal stimulation lead to release of gastrin from the G cells, which are neuroendocrine cells located in the pyloric of stomach, duodenum, and pancreas. Gastrin is a peptide hormone. It binds to cholecystokinin B receptors on the basal membrane of parietal cells, inducing the expression of hydrogen potassium ATPase, which is responsible for secreting hydrogen ion or gastric acid in stomach. Hypoglycemia does not directly increase secretin secretion, but it can indirectly influence it by stimulating the vagal centers and potentially adrenal glands. Hypoglycemia triggers the release of counter-regulatory hormones like cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine, and glucagon, which in turn can affect the gastric acid secretion from the S cells of the duodenum and jejunum and indirectly influence secretin release. Angiotensin II is a potent vasoconstrictor, meaning it causes the muscular wall of arterioles to constrict, thereby increasing the blood pressure. Angiotensin II exerts its vasoconstrictive effect by binding to type 1 angiotensin II receptors on vascular smooth muscle cells, leading to an increase in intracellular calcium concentrations, which in turn causes the muscle cell to contract and narrow the blood vessel. Angiotensin II constrict afferent and predominantly efferent arterioles in kidney, which can have a complex effect on glomerular filtration rate and renal blood flow. Angiotensin II is a potent stimulus of thirst. It acts directly on the brain, specifically in area like circumventricular organ around the third and fourth ventricle, median preoptic nucleus, or the anteroventral third ventricle region or AV3V region, that is the tissue surrounding the anteroventral third ventricle in the lamina terminalis. The AV3V region is well equipped with the angiotensinergic nerve ending and angiotensin AT1 receptors, which are responsible for the acute response to angiotensin II. When angiotensin II binds to these receptors, it triggers the sensation of thirst and motivate water intake. In hypertension, heart failure, and kidney disease, the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, which produces angiotensin II, can become dysregulated, leading to excessive thirst and fluid retention. Adrenocorticotropic hormone effectively control cortisol, also known as hydrocortisone production. When cortisol levels are low, the hypothalamus releases corticotropin-releasing hormone, which stimulate the pituitary gland to produce and release ACTH. ACTH then stimulate the adrenal gland, specifically the zona fasciculata, to synthesize and release cortisol. They exert a negative feedback effect on the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, reducing the release of corticotropin-releasing hormone and the adrenocorticotropic-releasing hormone. This helps to maintain the cortisol level within a normal range. Disruption in the ACTH-cortisol axis can lead to conditions like Cushing syndrome, a condition characterized by the high level of excess cortisol, and Addison disease characterized by insufficient cortisol. Adrenocorticotropic hormone play a role in regulating androgen production. Hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis is when the hypothalamus releases corticotropin-releasing hormone, which stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to release adrenocorticotropic hormone. ACTH then travel to adrenal cortex, specifically zona fasciculata and zona reticularis, where it bind to MC2 receptor and trigger the production of adrenal androgens, like dehydroepiandrosterone and androstenedione.